Shalom, shalom. First again, I want to give all the glory and honor and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ka'akodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to Yakim in the faith, doing the work in truth and sincerity. I brought this lesson straight to the point and edifying, street teaching, and the spirit. Obviously, the inspiration to do this lesson or the street teaching was from the Lord, first and foremost. Secondly, I was just scrolling on my social media as everyone else does, and Joel, a lot of scriptures from Joel chapter 3 came up, and I was just reading about it. And the prophet Joel, he was given visions of pretty much the end of times, Armageddon, doomsday, and pretty much the repercussions for those who oppress the children of the Lord, which is Israel, Yasharallah in the Paleo Hebrew, sons of the power, sons of the Lord, which is you so-called Native Americans, blacks, and Hispanics, all the way from Judah all the way down to Issachar, which is so-called Mexicans, man. This is not a black thing. Just because you don't pretty much look like these phenotypes does not mean that you're not a part of that Lord's, the Lord's pretty much his family, But we know there's a family of the Lord's family, which is the elect, which he's dealing with right now. It's not going to be like the former time when we had the Exodus out of Egypt. This new Egypt, which is Babylon the Great, Egypt meaning the house of bondage, only the elect is going to make it out, So continuing on, the book of Joel chapter 3, starting at verse 1, and it reads, "Behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem," meaning the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, so all in all, "I will gather all nations, I will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat." In the Hebrew, that means Yahweh Shaphat, meaning Shaphat is judgment, Yahweh is the Most High. So God's judgment, Yahweh's judgment. "And I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Yasharallah." So the Lord is going to avenge us, for all the blood that was spilt, by our enemies is going to be paid back upon them, during this time. And the time to come after this, because they're going to be put in chains, they're going to be in hardcore bondage. It's going to be a constant work, as it says. And, the house of Edom is going to be for stubble. And once the heathen serve their captivity, they'll have their parts of the land, and they'll still be, what's the word? Tribute to us. In other words, they have to pay taxes to us. The same way we have to pay taxes to them right now. Even though we're not in hardcore bondage, you get taxed on your check. You get taxed on everything you damn buy. And then you got to... Some people owe money when it's time to fill out their taxes. So, we in paper yokes, as they call it. You got to pay everything, and everything has to, you can't even get a license for free. You can't breathe for free. You don't own nothing here. You shall own nothing and be happy, as the heathen say. And that's what they going to be like. "And while I plead with them for my people, for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and part of my land." We've been scattered everywhere, man. Via our enemies, the Arabic slave trade, sub-Saharan slave trade, and what's the word for it? I'm not trying to be too deep. I'm trying to say the African slave trade. We were sold by our enemies, the Hamites and these other heathens. But there's transatlantic slave trade, Salakia, Tawadi Al-Bashina Al-Shah, where we were scattered all about. And a lot of so-called black people don't know that most Negroid featured looking people, they went to the land of South America. That's why Brazil has such a crazy diaspora, such a flourishing, you could say, mix of people. You got Asher over there, you got Judah over there, you got all sorts of people. But those Brazilians in the scriptures, you guys are known as, the land. You guys are known as the people of Asher. Ashar in the Hebrew meaning happy. Brazil meaning, I believe, iron and something else. It could be iron and brass. And you guys have the second largest iron deposits in the world. And y'all kick like y'all have iron in y'all goddamn leg. Brazil is out of the Jakes. And Brazil and Judah, Asher and Judah, they lead the fighting world. If you pay attention to the UFC, they lead mixed martial arts. And right behind them, or you can say they are right behind those Russians, Ashar. And there's a lot of Jakes in the land of Russia. We ruled Russia, and we were scattered in Russia at a point in time, man. That's why they know about the Russian icons, and they put that on the forefront. know. And also in the fighting world, you got Manasseh, Ephraim. You know, you guys are bad, and Judah, of course. And of course, other tribes. Oh, Issachar. I can't forget about Issachar in the boxing world. But Khan, you know, and Jake, don't get it wrong. You know, every Jake is pretty much good and whatnot. But we're talking about who has like the strongest and who has that name. You know, you can't say Levi is popular in the boxing world. You know, Levi got all sorts of good things they do, but you know, there's other things. Or like Benjamin, you know, things like that. Benjamin is good for running. They're good for track. You know, things of that sort. Continuing on to the point. And what, we went to Babylon the Great, which we're here now serving our captivity. We're almost out of here. You can tell because things are just getting worse and worse. So right now, this is the waiting game, man. We already know the playbook, and we're just waiting for the play to develop, and we're gonna do our part. And we're doing our part as in real time right now. You know, that's what we ought to be doing, making our bodies a living sacrifice. You know, speaking to myself first and foremost. We scattered all the way to Mexico, but continuing on, and y'all gotta pay for that, man. You know, and that's a catch-22. Because at the end of the day, this was prophecy. It had to be done, but y'all got to pay for it, you know, because y'all dealt deliciously. Y'all sold us as nothing. And it didn't hurt y'all to do it. Y'all wasn't being sympathetic or empathetic. Like, man, it hurts for me to do this to you. Hell no. Nah. Y'all was treating us like dung, stacking us up on each other like sardines, having us poop and pee up on another. Verse 3, they have cast lots for my people, have given the boy for an harlot, sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. So we were a commodity. We were a bartering trade. You know, we were a bartering tool. We were counted at one point in time as 2/3 or 3/5 of a man. So we were a little bit more than half a person, just a bit. When in reality, they're half a people, man. Esau, Edom, you're a lack of hue. You barely human, man. You translucent. You can see right through your skin, man. You lacking a lot of things that we have. You don't got no melanin. You don't got the strength that we have. We got our name because our power or our forefather, you know, he went toe to toe with an angel. Y'all ain't got that in y'all. We got a spiritual inclination to the Lord naturally. Even the so-called bums that y'all look at right now, which could be angels or whatnot, they're more spiritual than your richer Edomites, man. Because we're sons of the Lord, man. You can't buy this. It has to be given to you. And that's why they try so hard to paint themselves as the people of the Lord. You know, them JEWs over there, or the small hatters, because they know how precious it is to be close to the Lord and have that relation and that title. You know, so we can't take that for granted. Speaking of myself first and foremost. Verse 4, yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold. Ye have carried away into your temples my goodly pleasance, Lakia. And who's the goodly pleasance? Judah, Levi, Benjamin, Issachar, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Naphtali, Simeon. I'm missing one more. I said Gad, Reuben, Asher. I should have hit all 12, Lord willing. But hey, that's the Lord's goodly pleasures, man. That's his jewels. He speaks about that. I can get that. Let me get another app so I don't lose. Bear with me, Robert Bashar. And also, you know, that's what it's speaking about. But in another sense, you could look at what they went into the temples and took when they ransacked Jerusalem. What they take? They took our menorah. They took all of our precious temples. You know, the showbread, all that good stuff. You know, because we were decked out. You know, King David, King Solomon, you know, they had these temples built in a certain way that, you know, could not be imitated. And they came and they ransacked that. And to this day, I believe they got these things in different museums hidden. They know where it's at. They're using our precious stones. Let me see if I can get this. Bear with me, Robert Bashar. iPad going slow. Bear with me, Robert Gashar. Malachi 3:17. Let me see. Bear with me. Come on. Then they that fear the Lord spake one to another, hearken unto it. Remember, it's written unto them that fear the Lord upon them. Malachi chapter 3, verse 16. Starting at verse 16, it reads, Then they that fear the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard about it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord, speaking about the elect. And this time, that they, well, you know, that's what they're going to be doing in this time, speaking to one another, and that's speaking about the elect now. And that thought upon his name, because who's calling upon the name of the Lord? The elect. Who cares about the Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and his men and his people and the nation and the betterment of his people via this Bible and the Spirit is the men of is his elect, not the whole rest of the world, not 2/3 of Jake, not these heathens. They can care less. And then they shall be mine, said the Lord of hosts. And in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them as a man spares his own son that serves him. Hey, you know. So, you know, we're the Lord's jewels, you know, the elect. Lord, when I'm a part of that number. Verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Yasharal, city of peace, have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. That's right, we were sold all everywhere, man. And these people wanted us to be disconnected with our power, saying, raise it, you know, Psalms 83. Behold, I will raise them out of their place whither ye have sold them. So the Lord's going to drive us out of these places. And how is he going to do that? Via chariots. He's going to pull us out, man. The book of Ezekiel speaks about coming up unto thy chambers. You know, so the people that's going to be, the elect that's going to need salvation is those who are in Babylon. You know, of course, the brothers from all parts of the world will be beamed up, you know, but the salvation is going to be for here, because this is where ultimate destruction is going to happen. Other places upon the world are not going to be destroyed and hit like Babylon the Great. And I will return your recompense upon your head. I want to get that word recompense, Lord willing. Blue Letter Bible app won't download on here. It'll take forever, but I want to get that on Google. Or maybe I can get the Blue Letter on Google. But recompense means to make amends for loss or harm suffered, compensate. And also payback, in other words. Upon your own head, you know, for what y'all have done. And this is what we witnessing, man. You see Jake doing better in society. No, we still in captivity, but yeah, Jake is doing better in society. Esau's struggling, his society's slowly crumbling, and it's very obvious to the rest of the world, you know. But why is that being? It's because there's a translation of power being done. Yeah, it's being done slowly, but it will be done surely. You know, a lot of our people, 2/3 of our people have their own constellations on this side, you know, which they're probably going to eat them this one, you know, but that's going to show you that, you know, slowly but surely, you know, we coming into power. All the women, they want us, man. When you're in the right state of mind, when you carry yourself with confidence, you got the Lord on you, you know, and even 2/3 of our people, man, they getting elite women. When I say elite women, I mean like women that would never look their way back in the times because of, they got a status called social elite. You got a lot of social elite women that deal with our people, whether if it may be a so-called black man, Hispanic, or Native American. And even if it's a white boy, more likely, you know, a lot of them boys be us. And they love that flavor, man. They tired of Esau. They only was dealing with Esau because he's in rulership. And it's something called homogeneous. It's not homogeneous, it's the word hypergamy, the Wadi Al-Bashim Yahushua, you know. They want those who's more and powerful, you know, those who are more in status and riches, you know, and we're getting into that power. You know, we look better, we smell better, we act better, we bigger in the pants, man, all that, man. We got more emotion, more style. They can't avoid us. And we're not just talking about white women, man. We're talking about all sorts of women. You see Jake out there, passport bros going crazy. Hey, we like a rare gem out there. You know, because a lot of these people in these other nations, they don't really get to see us because we've been stuck here. But not just getting money, they can go everywhere they want to. They're not stuck to the so-called black women, her demonic ass, man. Fuck that lady and everything she has to offer. And of course, we ain't talking about you righteous sisters, but you guys, we know how the black woman is. Fuck that. The Jake woman is on a large scale. Because everyone else, all the rest of the jigs, they follow after suit. They see how Cardi B act, Megan Thee Stallion act, Nicki Minaj act, and they want to be just like that. I don't need a man, I don't cook, I don't clean, I need a 6-figure man. You know, ass and titties is all I got to offer. Like, fuck out of here, man. Verse 8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Yahweh, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Hey, that's what we telling these people, man, when we come out here in the highways and byways on the unicorn. That y'all gonna be going to chains, and we're gonna deal with you guys how you guys deal with us, but even worse, and in righteousness, man. We ain't gonna be touching y'all perversely. We ain't gonna be doing no sodomy with y'all. But whatever y'all did unto us, just be ready, man. And that's why y'all so afraid, because you guys know how bad y'all dealt with us, and y'all can't imagine when someone else gets that turn to deal with you back, how bad that's gonna be. Because we already know, we know who gets the last laugh, man. It's the one who has the gun, you know. Like, let's say we're doing a push-up competition. You want to go first. You do 10 or you do 15. I'm be more motivated to do 16, because I already know how much you did. So once I get to the point, I just got that motivation, man. You know, so it says we shall rule with a staff of with a rod of iron. We're gonna be beating the shit out of these heathens, man. Prepare war and wake up the mighty men. This is where it gets juicy, man. This is where the point of this chapter comes up, man. And these are the times that we're coming into. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, that let them come up. Don't you see that brewing up? Matthew chapter 24, there shall be nations against nations, kingdoms against kingdoms. Don't you see the Yemenis are shooting down aircrafts, are gunning down ships that are trying to come through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, which is a small port, which makes it easier for goods and services to be transported. If you're an Israeli, United Kingdom, if you're an ally of Babylon the Great or Israel, not us, but you know, those Israelis, you're getting shot down. Don't you see those Palestinians are getting tired of that war? Those Iranians are taking their back, taking their side. This is all a turning point. This is all brewing up. It don't happen overnight, man. But that's why it's going to be so big, because it's taking so long. And we know the bigger you are, the harder you fall. And Babylon the Great is pumped up. Of course, it's getting weaker, but at the end of the day, it's still pumped up, you know, and it's got to drop. Beat your plowshares into pruning hooks. Beat your plowshares into swords. Your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. These are instruments of agriculture. These are instruments of producing and accumulating wealth. You know, agriculture is, you own food, you own everything. You know, whoever controls the food controls the people. You know, food is a weapon. That's old war tactics. That's not nothing new. But you can also liken that into any profession that accumulates a lot of wealth, man. Forget about your job, forget about your side hustles, forget about your occupation. Get ready to go to war, man. Get ready to pick up a gun and defend your land. If you want to keep breathing and surviving, or run away and still catch death. You know? Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, gather yourselves together round about thither, cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord, Yahweh, O Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And that's what's going to happen, man. All these heathens are going to come about, not just the Arabians, not just the Edomites, not just you know, you so-called Russians. It's going to be all you heathens round about, because y'all going to have a greater power, which is what? I mean, a greater enemy, which is what? Yahweh Shai. They're going to try to pretty much offend and try to defend themselves from our power. And he's going to ultimately win, because the Lord Yahweh Shai don't like an easy fight, as we know in the Bible, man. He likes to pump up his enemies and just take them down, because that's a better story. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai ain't fighting no weak fight, man. You know, he set King David up to fight Goliath. Goliath was so damn big, he had somebody holding up his damn shield. You know? Continuing on. Let the heathen be wakened. You know, woke the fuck up. You know, let them know what the hell is going on. Come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, as it started in. What the scripture started in, or this chapter started in, it said, I will gather all nations and bring them down to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. You know? So it says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which is that fertile crescent, what they call the Middle East, which is a made-up term. For there I will sit to judge all the heathen round about. Hey, Yahweh Shai is coming back with his angels, man, with the Lord of hosts. And really, one angel could destroy all this shit, man. But, you know, for a greater story, for greater effect, you know, for the purposes of the Lord's name being magnified, it's going to be a Lord of hosts. You know, it's going to be angels doing this, angels doing that, you know. And we know, and that's another thing, too, is if you or Jake listening to this, and you don't know, you're just getting your feet wet to this, you should have no might, you should have no want, no persuasion to wanting to join any military force, because this is going to be the end of it. That's why you have something called the Space Force, because they've now seen more activity in the sky which they cannot comprehend. And that's just not Babylon. That's every other military force, whether it may be the Chinese military, the Russian military, the American military, the Arabic military. They don't know what these chariots are. And these chariots are pretty much the Lord's angels. Not pretty much, it is the Lord's angels, man. Pretty much scoping out the land. They're holding back the winds of destructions so prophecy could be done in order. So it could be done, you know, rightfully done. You know, because these world leaders, they're on go. You know, the Lord is working on their minds and letting everything happen at an appointed time. Bear with me, Robert Shaw. Put ye in a sickle, for the harvest is ripe. That's Isaiah chapter 63, man. The harvest is ripe. The Lord coming back to reap. Who's that coming with dyed garments from Basra? Come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, their wickedness is great. Hey, you know what when they say something gets to HR, you're in the CEO building, whatever, and they say whenever a complaint gets to HR, heads are gonna roll. Hey, and that's what's happening here at Babylon the Great. We're in June, and people are out here having parades of sodomy and promoting it and just not giving a damn. Everyone's murdering each other, and it's only going to get worse. The sins is just piling up, which is called, Salakia, bear with me. I mention this word all the time. Iniquity, meaning sin upon sin. It says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. This place is cold, it's heartless. No one got patience out here. Everybody a dick to each other, you know. This place ain't holy. This place ain't God-fearing. So it's time this place go, man. At this point, we just surviving and just passing time, you know. That's everybody. But, you know, through the scripture, we alive and we awoke and we free. Speaking about the men of the Lord, the elect, Lord will not be a part of that number. And continue on to the end. Multitudes in the valley of decision. So people are going to get crushed, man, because you're not going to have one military force. You're going to have the rest of those who are standing in left coming together to join a league. You know, that's how you know man's goings of the Lord, man. Because right now, if you was to ask each military force, would they ever come together at a point in time to defeat a common enemy, the answer is probably would be no, man. You know, but due to the fact it's gonna be so overwhelming, and the Lord's gonna have them do it because that's His will, they're gonna come together and get crushed. It says multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decisions. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. That doesn't mean it's gonna literally be out. It's gonna be abracadabra, poof, gone. No, because there's gonna be so much fire and smoke and nuclear soup, the atmosphere is gonna be saturated with smoke that's gonna be covered. You're not even gonna see it. And that's what nuclear after effect is gonna be, man. The earth is gonna it's gonna be in for a period of time, the earth's gonna need some healing, man. It's gonna need some time to get by. But we're gonna be in new bodies. Abaratazah be part of that first fruit. That time ain't gonna even mean shit, man. Because time's gonna be everlasting. You know, so fuck it. If it be a 20 years until the earth get back right, until we get our heathens coming back, you know, to life and do the work, and the animals being reflourished and all that, you know. The work meaning slavery. The Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahshua shall roar out of Zion and utter. He's gonna come from the east, utter His voice from Yerushalayim, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. He's gonna come cracking clouds in a chariot, man, in a fathership. He's gonna grab His people and He's gonna cause mass destruction via His power and His angels' power. And He's gonna have men of the Lord that have certain amount of capabilities. Before He gets here, they're gonna be causing hell and havoc, man. Yeah, man. Spiritual power is a part of the Bible, man. King David had spiritual power. Benaniah, these different warriors that were going against bears and lions, you think it was just You know, the Lord was with him, and we got spiritual power, man. We could read this damn Bible. You got people that read this Joel chapter 3 over and over and over, and they think it's talking about the past. Thinking it's talking about a fable. You know, thinking it's talking about, you know, just some ABC 1, 2, 3, man. Which is, you know, going to show you that, you know, the Lord is with us, man. And we at the end of times, because we could read the scriptures, we could break it down, and we could prophesy to the world. You know, we could tell our people what's to come. You know, Joel chapter 2 verse 1 says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion. You know, let the inhabitants of the earth tremble. You know, so warn the people. Let them know what the hell is to come. Have them shaking in their boots so they could have their mind galvanized to be prepared. Because it's going to come like a thief in the night. Yeah, it may seem like it's a year away, 2 years away. Shit, you get caught in that slumber. Your ass is dead, man. Your ass is dead. It's going to be hard to come up out of that slumber. That's why it's good to stay on fire, speaking to myself first and foremost. And the heavens and the earth shall shake. We know that. It says it shall reel to and fro like a drunken. How does a drunk person walk when they're downtown? They don't got no chaperone, don't got nobody to watch over them with no help. They're out there reeling to and fro. That's how the earth is going to be, man. You're going to have these little islands getting hit with tsunamis because it's being shaken so much. You're going to have these different volcanoes being erupted because they're getting awakened. You know, bombs fucking up other places. You gotta understand, man. These nuclear missiles, ICBMs, man, it's going to be 200 million of them that hit Babylon the Great alone. These things weigh up to 150,000 pounds. They go up to 15,000 miles an hour. Your average plane goes 500 miles an hour. So do the math, man. That's like a goddamn, you just gotta see. You know, all we have to go off of right now is the scriptures and simulations that you can see online. But it's gonna be bad here. It's gonna be bad, man. It's gonna be bad. How you doing, brother? 11:37. 11:37. You an Israelite. You a son of the Lord, man. Definitely, bro. Trying to find where I left off for Salakia. But the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua will be the hope of his people and the strength of his children, Yasharallah. That's right. When we see these things and when we hear about these things, we read about these things, this is our strength. These are our faith boosters for us. God damn, why they walking so damn close to me? Why you gotta be vigilant out here, man? That's why you gotta throw up prayers in your campsite, because, man, these fucking demons, and they just doing their job, they park range. But at the end of the day, what the fuck? Well, all that walkway, you wanna walk that close to me, walk behind me, you can walk in front of me, man. Goddamn Edomites, man. Yeah, I gotta be putting chains. That's an extra whipping for them, just for you know, not scaring me, but, you know, shocking me. Fuck wrong with them. Salakia for my friends. But the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua will be the hope of his people and the strength of his children, Yasharallah. That's right, man. So when the Lord crack them clouds, man, we're gonna be begging and hoping that we can be saved. And man, that's gonna be our strength, man. That's gonna be our salvation. That's his name, Yahweh Shai. He saves. Yahweh Shai is the strength of us. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that times. Wisdom and knowledge, man. Having knowledge that who's coming and when he's coming and how he's coming, that's our strength, man. That's the power of our salvation. Well, 4 more scriptures, bear with me. So shall ye know that I am the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, your power dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. And then shall Jerusalem be holy. There shall be no strangers pass through her anymore. This is how you know this is a future thing that's coming to pass, because the only reason a heathen should be in Jerusalem is to do work. After that, get the fuck out of our city, man. Right now, it says a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, a city in our place, you know. And that's what's going on right now. You know, that's why war is is still going on, because when we're in there, Proverbs 28, Proverbs 29, when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. Ain't nobody rejoicing right now. War is still going on. It says when we are in rulership, people shall not be no war no more. Shouldn't be any. We eating defiled breads. Everybody, even the heathen are gonna eat. They're probably not gonna eat good quality food, There ain't gonna be no GMOs. We ain't gonna be producing none of that, man. You know, so there's so many ways to debunk this that we don't even waste our times with these small hatters or with any Edomites or any Jake that don't want to believe that we Yasharala. You either paid or bugged out. That's all. Lord ain't dealing with you. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountain shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk. All the rivers of Yahweh shall flow with waters, and the fountain shall come forth out of the house of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem El-Shai. Shall the water valley of Shittim, Egypt shall be a desolation, Babylon the Great, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, which is the house of Esau Edom. This is where they dwelt deliciously, and literally, Obadiah 18, 1 and 18. Their house is going to be for stubble. Their body as a people, as a race, you could say, and their where they dwelt deliciously at, Babylon the Great, for the violence. And you got to understand, the Bible cannot say America, man, because if that was the case, America would have outlawed this Bible. Every Bible would be burnt. Our heads would already be chopped off. You know, but as the truth becomes to be more exposed, you're going to have these harsh laws be implemented, and we're all going to suffer persecution. We already made ourselves a target as soon as we picked up this word and started doing the work, you know, saying the names, prophesying the judgments that's coming about this place. We want all kinds of lists, all kinds of terrorism lists. You know, brothers gonna get their heads chopped off. Not every brother, some. You know, some gonna get hit by gunfire. You know that method of killing people when they're on death row or whatnot. All sorts of craziness about to happen, but don't fear, because who be with us is, even though we seem as few, is much more stronger than them, although they may be seen as many. The stories in this Bible is written for a reason, so we can have strength and believe in our power, man. You know, we gotta know what we're dealing with and what we're a part of. For the violence against the children of Yahweh, because they have sinned innocent blood in their land. But Yahweh shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion. But these are the times we're coming into, man, that, you know, you Native Americans, so-called Hispanics and blacks, you know, all the Israelite foreigners that may not look like us, but are a part of us through the Spirit. This is what's coming, man. A restoration to our body, a restoration to our minds, a restoration to our people, a restoration to our kingdom, and to our land. And it's not just Israel we're going to dwell in and be happy. We're going to own the whole earth, you know, but Yasharala, meaning Israel, is going to be the headquarters. That's where it's going to be popping at, you know. That's going to be like the capital, you know. That's why you might have our, like, city halls and, like, you know, the big banquets or whatnot, you know. And this third temple is us, the spiritual temple, but that's what we're going to have. That's where it's going to be going down at, you know, like a lot of Shabbat services going to be done there. I could see so. High holy days, of course. You know, we're going to be linking up there. It's going to be a real spiritual place. But the whole earth is going to be spiritual because it's going to be under our rulership, man. You know, we're going to make sure that he didn't even think crazy, even think diabolical. They're done. You know, because we're going to have mass spiritual power. Esau Edom, he has systems where he could prevent and assume and dictate. What's another word I'm looking for, man? Where you can kind of foresee what's going to happen. Hey, we're going to be on a way another level, man. We ain't going to have none of these CCTVs and these draconian measures to have cameras up people's buttholes. You know, you get what I'm trying to say. But we spiritually going to be so advanced and on another level that heathen can't even... You got people that say after 1,000 years, we're going to be taken over. We're going to be in the midst of Yahweh Shai, man, the son of the Most High, you know, the greatest to ever be. We're going to be in the midst of King David. The rest of his mighty warriors, 144,000. You're going to be amongst the 12 apostles, man. We're going to be amongst the Lord's favorite people. You know, we had to go through what we went through, which we're still going through, so we can appreciate what we're about to go through, you know. And we're going to be changed so much that we're never going to go off again. We won't, a thought of wickedness won't even happen to you again. You know, those bad dreams, or where you're just chilling, you don't got nothing to do, those crazy idle thoughts just pass you, or the sins that you may have struggled with that you're still trying to defeat. And these new bodies and what's to come, forget about it, man. And that's why we're not going to die, because sin is the reason for death. We're not going to be sinning no more, so what's the reason of us perishing? You know. But with that, Lord wants us to edify straight to the point. To the next one, man. Shalom.